Hi, Victoria Shakoor here with UMasteryLLC. Thank you for joining me at this time. I hope you and your family is doing well on this rise. Now, as a intuitive mindset coach, I've helped numerous people work through childhood traumas, pain, and a whole lot of other things, feeling stuck in life, sadness, and those type of things. A lot of it was because of my own personal experiences, and I'll share that with you one day, as well as just helping people in general, probably my whole life. So today I want to talk about what I've learned is that most people, most of us, the majority of us, I would even say, has numerous self-sabotaging identities. However, there are 6 main ones that most of us have. And that is, I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I don't have the capacity. I don't belong. I'm insignificant. And the perfectionist. Now I'm going to go through each one of those, and you kind of take notes and see if you identify with these main 6 ones, because even though there's numerous more, these right here seem to be the main ones that play out in our lives and keep us from achieving the happiness and success that we desire. Okay, so these 6 ones, each one, so I'll start with the first one first, and I got it in my notes here so that I don't forget and don't mess up, because I can be all over the place sometimes. So the first one, I'm not worthy. These are people that do things to be worthy. They're busy helping everyone else consistently and puts others first because they need recognition. You know someone like that? Maybe it's you. The second one is, I'm not good enough. They do things to prove that they are enough instead of just because they love it. It's the overachievers. It's the look at me, it's those people. Because deep inside, they don't feel good enough. The third one, insignificant. They're not seen, or they feel they're not seen. They do things to feel valued, okay? They want to be noticed. They want to be seen. It's a little, it's a little different between the I'm not good enough, the overachievers. It's a little different because the overachievers is like, look at me. They want to prove that they're good enough. Whereas insignificant, they just want to be seen. So these are the people that you can give them a title. You can recognize them by giving them awards and things like that. They want to be seen, you see. So, but if you ask them what do they want, they'll tell you, I don't know, because they feel insignificant. So they don't know. They tend to not have any goals for their life. And, yeah. And then the fourth one is, I don't belong. And these are the personalities that have abandonment issues, maybe in childhood, their father left, or the mother left. And they were in foster care throughout their lives. So these are abandonment issues, so they tend to become attached to people. And then if that person leaves, they feel abandoned. You left me. Okay. So they have abandonment issues. They may be the misfit in their family. What they call the black sheep of the family. That was me, the different one, just don't go along with everything. Okay. So that's the That's the I don't belong personality. They just feel like they don't fit in, and so they're always searching to belong in something. So these are your people that continue to search out different organizations, different religious organizations, because it makes them feel like they belong. These are the children that may search out to be part of a gang because it gives them a sense of belonging. And I always teach parents that you are your child's first gang. All the learning about being social starts in the home first. Even if you were the only child, if you had cousins, your cousins were your first friends. They're actually your extended siblings, is what it's supposed to be. But since we've been colonized, we don't know that, okay? And so they're an extension of your friends, right? And so you're learning to be social through different interactions with them, usually. And then when you go out to school, right? But your family, that's your first gang, okay? And if that is done essentially, then your children will not look to be someplace else. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. So the fifth one is I don't have the capacity. And these are people that just never have enough time, money, nor skills. You know, they just feel like they can't do it. They don't have the capacity to do anything. They do create, though, a lot of capacity. They do. And you know, when they always say, you know, when I have this, then I'll have that. You know, when I do this, then this will happen. That's the not enough capacity person. They're not able to just do it. Just do it. Just move. You know, just do it. But no, it's always got to be, you know, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough. Well, okay, yeah, so when I get that done, then I can do this, you know, instead of just do it. And then 6 is the perfectionist. Okay, so the perfectionist, there is a way to do something, perfecting everything instead of enjoying it. Perfecting everything. Everything got to be perfect first before I can venture out and do this. I want to start this business, but I got to get this done, and that got to be perfect, and this got to be perfect. Instead of just start your business where you're at. Use what you have right now. So I would say that we all have 1 or 2 or 3 of these sabotaging identities within us, okay? It's only when one starts crying out, one of these identities are crying out, sabotaging our happiness and our success in life. And we don't know, we forgot that we even created these identities. We created it. We created them. But we forgot. We created them. Why did we create these identities? To survive. To survive. Especially as children, we create all kinds of stuff as children, you know, because we are creators, you know. So we create things in our minds as well as with our hands in the physical, and we create things in the spiritual as well. And so we create these things to survive. We create these, basically that's the underlying, is to survive. And also to just, you know, to understand what's going on and what's happening at the moment. And we say, oh, you know, it could have been something as simple as, you know, honey, money don't grow on trees. So now you code that up as money is scarce, you see? And as you get older and start growing up, you still have that coding that money is scarce. So you're working your ass off for money and you never can seem to keep it. You're making good money. You're making 6 figures a year. But you live like you're only making 40. Because you have that program. You see, this technology can be programmed. It can be programmed. And there are certain things that's coded up within us. You follow me? And because these things get coded up, we do them as children a lot of times. But we also code up things in our adulthood as well. And these are sabotaging perceptions, right? I had a teacher that tell me that 95% of life is perception, and the other 5% is perception. So we perceive things as well. It's what we do. And it can be negative, that working against us, or it can work for us. And it's a matter of reprogramming our codes. It's reprogramming our codes, our subconscious, and then the code, because things get coded up. You have codes in your DNA. A lot of information that we search outside of ourselves are within us in the DNA. Now that we don't have, because we brung that over, let me say this, because we brung that over into this simulation, this time. See? And a lot of it has just been forgotten. Some of it is just latent in the codes until it gets activated. So I hope this makes sense. I hope you're following along with me. With these listen, these sabotaging identities were very useful at the time that we created it. It was very useful. So there's nothing wrong with you, and you don't need fixing. You just created a whole bunch of stories to survive. You see? And now it's playing out in your life. You no longer need that anymore. You no longer need it. So you played out a story. You watched your mom and your dad, maybe he was a good provider and all of that. He was a great provider, but you can see as a child that he wasn't all that loving and affectionate. So you're like, I want a man that's gonna, hug me and be affectionate. And so as you get older as an adult and you find that in your life, and a gentleman do that, you think it's love. Because he's so affectionate, right? And you think it's love. See how that plays out? But he may not do anything for you. You know what I mean? He may be the worst father in the world. But because he hugs on you and rubs on you and make you feel like, ooh la 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 la, you think it's love. You coded that up as love. It doesn't mean it was negative, it's just you coded that up as love. Or you come from an abusive family and you think that's love. Then you think abuse is love. So you are the type of person that tantalize your significant other or your partner so that there's chaos and arguing going on, because that's what your upbringing, that's what you saw, that's what you coded up. These things play out in our life and we forget about them and we don't know them. And that's why it's important to talk with someone when you start to see these patterns, and not be afraid to talk with someone about these things, because you can't see yourself. You can't hear yourself. You can't. You might see the patterns, but you don't know where it came from and what to do with it. And then you fall into a depression, and then you go to a psychologist or something like that, or a therapist or something like that. And then if they can't make headway with you and help you out, they're going to prescribe you some medication. You're just going down, or you're just going down. That's how that happens, you see? So I just wanted to come on here and talk about those identities. If you see yourself in one of those, and if it's not, if you don't see a problem with it, that it's not playing out in your life, because usually it's one or two that's going to cry out, and these identities are very real. They don't want to die, it's like that's part of you that's dying, when you recode that, you see. And so, because it's part of you, it's your personality. And all of us have them, okay? When they get out of balance, when it gets out of balance, or one of them cry and they start crying, they're sabotaging your success and everything, that's when you want to nip that in the bud. That's when you want to say, oh, wait, what's going on here? You know, and you see the pattern, but you can't figure it out. That's when you go get the help you need, okay? All right, so I did a couple of shorts on things that you can do on your own to start to recode some of those sabotaging blockages that you may have. So you might want to check those out. And I think that's it. So I just wanted to come on here and see 15 minutes in, 16 minutes. That's good. I don't like my videos to be real long. So yeah, enter your comments. I love when you do that. Thank you to those who subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. It's such a baby. It's so brand new. So thank you. I appreciate you for that. And your comments, you know, suggestions, you know, that you give, because we all can learn from each other. And I truly believe that, you know, so I do welcome your comments as long as they're respectful, you know, not hurtful or anything like that. You know, so thank you. And I will see you on the next video. I love you because I'm overflowing with love for myself, and it can only flow over into you.